Okay, I am on Chapter 4, Lesson 9, 4.9, and page 177 in your big math book. We're going to be showing division with regrouping, and again, this is actually very similar to how your parents and I were taught how to do it, but in addition to that, I'm going to do some modeling of it as well, which maybe we didn't use the hands-on modeling when we were kids, but it's basically long division. You can ask your parents what long division is. That's basically what we're going to be doing and what they called it when we were in school. The librarian wants to share 54 books equally. Again, that word equally, same number, that tells us division, among 3 classes. And then our question, how many books will she give to each class? So we know we're going to be dividing. So we're going to follow the steps for this problem. Draw 3 circles to represent the classes. Remember, the divisor tells us how many groups we need. So 1, 2, 3. Each one of these represents 1 class. And then we can use base 10 blocks to model 54. So if we have base 10 blocks, we're going to have 5 longs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 4 small blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, share the 10s equally. So I'm going to share this 10 first. So I'm going to cross it out. There's 10. There's a 10 there. And there's a 10 here. Okay, so I have 2 10s left over that I can't share that equally. So I have to break these 2 10s apart into individuals. So I'm going to break this 10 apart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm going to break this long apart, which is another 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If there are any 10s left, regroup them as 1s. That's what we just did. So this part is what we just did. We took those 2 10s that were left over and we regrouped them, turned them into 1s. We basically broke them apart into individual 1s. Now share the 1s equally among the 3 groups. So let me count how many I have first. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. So I've shared all of these. I shared all 24 of them equally amongst those 3 classes. So they're all done. So there are 1 10 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 1s in each group. So the librarian will give 18 books to each class. Okay. Now, the way your parents and I did it is basically we did the same thing, but we didn't use the models to show it. So we would take 3 into 54, but essentially we were doing the same thing. We just didn't use the picture model to help us. So 3 goes into the 5 10s. We broke up those 10s evenly. There was going to be 1 10 in each group. So we're in the 10s place, see? And there was 1 10. 3 goes into 5 1 time. And we see that 1 10 here represented here in our model. That's 1 long, which is worth 10. So 10 3s is a total of 30 blocks used, though. And that makes sense again, too, because we used 10, 20, 30 total blocks. There was 1 long, though, in each group, but 30 total blocks that we used. So your parents and I would then subtract, and we'd get 24. And then we would divide 3 into 24, which is what we did with this part. We took the 2 2 tens that were left over, broke them into ones, or made 24. And then we divided 3 into 24, and we got 8. And then 8 times 3 is 24. Subtract, no remainder. Okay, so again, this is exactly what we did. These are the same, except this is just a visual model of the math that we were doing. This is a visual model of the math that we did down here. Okay, so your parents and I, we learned to do it this way without a visual model. You are going to learn both ways. You can show it through a model, and you can also work the math out just the same way we did using what we called long division. Thanks again for watching. Again, that was page 177.